Friends, what is happening between Sara Bluma and Can Yaman has left everyone speechless. In recent days, Sara surprised with a series of social media posts where she mixed love, doubts, and visible fatigue in her relationship with the actor. Words that many interpreted as a cry of disappointment, shaking the image of the perfect couple they had built. Sara admitted that, although she still feels affection, the pressure of the environment and external expectations have damaged her happiness. "I don't know if this is what I want for my future," she wrote in one of her stories, unleashing a flood of comments and speculation. For fans, her phrases suggested that the relationship is no longer what it once was. Can's reaction was not public, but close sources say he was deeply hurt. He, who had always defended his love as something solid, now finds himself at a crossroads. Fight to maintain the relationship or accept that Sara's feelings have changed. What seemed untouchable until yesterday now shows cracks. The most surprising thing is that, despite the media storm, neither of them has confirmed a breakup. On the contrary, they continue to appear as a couple on social media, a strategy some interpret as an attempt to calm public opinion. Still, doubts about the real state of their relationship keep growing. While Can remains focused on his professional projects and Sara on her business, her words have marked a turning point. What seemed like a perfect couple is now seen with uncertainty, many fans write. And while some think it is just a temporary crisis, others believe we are witnessing the beginning of the end of one of the most followed love stories in Turkish show business. Talking about Demet Özdemir always stirs mixed feelings because she is an actress who has built a solid, independent, and elegant image despite everything that has happened around her. One cannot deny that the story she shared with Can Yaman marked a before and after in her career. And even today, fans still read every gesture, every silence, and every word of both as if they were clues to an unresolved puzzle. But the truth is that Demet has shown time and again that she does not need that relationship or that shared past to shine on her own. Many admire her precisely for keeping her distance, for that ability not to get carried away by gossip. As some followers have said, for her, the insinuations do not matter because she's too busy with her present, her projects, her full life. And in part, they are right. Demet did not build her career on scandals or easy headlines, but through constant work, discipline, and talent that even her harshest critics cannot ignore. It is true that sometimes people try to compare her with Can, as if everything she is had to be seen through the lens of that story. However, that comparison falls short, because Demet's career goes far beyond a romance that is now in the past. While he is constantly judged for personal decisions and an overexposed lifestyle, she appears as someone who preferred to remain serene, even in the middle of media storms. This difference in attitude has led many to say that Demet is on another level, that there is no comparison. What I most admire in her is that mixture of vulnerability and firmness. It is not that she is indifferent to outside noise, but she knows how to keep control and project the image of a strong woman, capable of standing on her own without depending on anyone. In a world where actresses are still judged more for their private lives than for their roles, she has drawn a clear line, not letting her private life overshadow her professional career. That is why, when some say that Can is trapped in his own image while Demet keeps moving forward, I cannot help but agree. She has found a balance that many desperately seek. She has managed to surround herself with important projects, taken decisive steps towards cinema and international productions, and done so without giving up her essence. People perceive her as someone authentic, someone who does not need to dress herself up with rumors or theatrical gestures to draw attention. At the same time, it is evident that the past does not disappear completely. As one comment recalled, the dark past leaves marks, and it is true that every experience, even the most painful, leaves traces that affect the future. But in Demet's case, those scars seem to have strengthened her rather than weakened her. She has learned to use that past as motivation, not as condemnation. And that is what differentiates those who remain stuck in nostalgia from those who are able to move forward and reinvent themselves. Still, I do not want to idealize her as if she were untouchable. She too has made mistakes, taken questionable decisions. But what matters is how she has handled herself afterward, how she's been able to correct, grow, and maintain the respect of the majority of the public. Because even though some insist on attacking her or comparing her to Can, in the end, her figure stands on its own merits, not on the ghosts of what could have been and was not. The greatness of Demet Özdemir lies in having managed to keep her identity intact amid media pressure. Many celebrities end up losing themselves in that tide, trying to please everyone and losing authenticity in the process. She, instead, has chosen silence when it was necessary, discretion when it was easier to be carried away by noise, and elegance in a world where cheap headlines often echo louder than real talent. In short, I believe that the difference between Demet and Can is not so much about talent, because both have it, but in how they have managed what it means to be a star. He has preferred exposure, risk, and protagonism even in the middle of scandals. She has chosen calmness, consistency, and a more solid path. And even if the public will continue to compare them for years, I am convinced that history will remember Demet as an actress who knew how to be greater than controversies, a woman who turned every obstacle into an opportunity and who never allowed anyone's shadow to define her light.